Justice Stephen Breyer is apparently retiring. There's supposed to be an official announcement tomorrow. He's 83 years old. I believe has been on the court for 27 years. And now Joe Biden, in theory, would get the opportunity to announce his replacement. That retirement would presumably occur at the end of the Supreme Court's term at the end of June and would occur as we get ready for the summer in part of the run-up to the midterm. Senate Judiciary Committee would have to decide. I don't think there's much doubt that if Joe Biden puts forward a qualified nominee, that person will be seated on the Supreme Court to replace Justice Breyer. A couple of points of analysis here. First, Joe Biden pledged that he would put a black woman on the Supreme Court. This probably is, Joe Biden's only Supreme Court opportunity. And given the fact that he painted himself into a corner by saying exactly what he would do, I don't think he has very many options here. I think he has to pick a black woman. This, to me, personally, is everything that's wrong with the idea of cosmetic diversity. What I would say here is, Democrat or Republican, you should want the best and most accomplished Supreme Court nominee imaginable, regardless of the race, gender, or sexual orientation of the nominee. It's my opinion, okay? I believe also that politics should not infect every single aspect of the Supreme Court process here. I believed that Kavanaugh was eminently qualified, Gorsuch, and Amy Coney Barrett. Donald Trump was able to nominate all three. I don't think it's a coincidence that Justice Breyer is stepping down right now, but I also do not believe that Joe Biden is doing the best service for America by already having said that he is going to pick a black woman. And remember, Joe Biden also said when he was running for the nomination, he said he's going to pick a woman. So that eliminated all men as a vice presidential running mate. I also didn't agree with that. There are several reasons why I don't agree with that, but the paramount one is you automatically are undercutting whichever selection you make when you limit your selectors by any kind of definable characteristics. In other words, if Joe Biden had said, hey, I'm going to pick the most qualified vice presidential candidate imaginable that fits all the criteria I am searching for, and then he had picked Kamala Harris, you could agree or disagree with that vice presidential pick, but he wouldn't have already said, and it has to be a woman. And similarly, if Joe Biden looks at all of the data and analyzes all of the nominees and decided to pick a black woman as his nominee, more power to him. You can agree or disagree with that pick. But when you automatically circumscribe the data and say you are only picking a black woman or you are only picking a woman, it automatically undercuts that person's ability to argue that they are the best possible selection, because in so saying that you're only going to pick a woman or you're only going to pick a black woman, you are canceling out the vast majority of the American population. Let me just use the black woman angle to start with. Only about 6% of the American population is black, a black woman. About 12% are black. About half of that is a woman. So Joe Biden, when he says, I'm going to nominate a black woman, is automatically excluding 94% of the overall American population. When Joe Biden said, I'm only going to pick a woman, he is automatically excluding 50% of the population. I just don't think that's smart. I think that's everything that's wrong with the diversity and inclusion narrative that exists in America, where you're arguing you get the job because of your race or your gender. That is everything, in my opinion, that's wrong with cosmetic diversity. Pick the best candidate, but look at all of the candidates, regardless of what their background might be. Other thoughts on the decision of Justice Breyer to step down, the reported decision of Justice Breyer to step down. He's not officially said it yet. This is significant that he's deciding to do it right now, because what it reflects is a high likelihood that the Democrats are acknowledging that they are going to lose their Senate majority in the midterm. Because right now, they have the ability to get through a nominee. As soon as they lose the majority, it would become much more difficult to get through whoever that nominee might be and put them on the Supreme Court. So Justice Breyer, one of the three liberals, one of the three left-wingers on the Supreme Court right now, is likely to be replaced by another left-leaning justice here in this scenario going forward. As you analyze it, I would expect that Breyer's nominee, given the fact that Democrats have the ability to break the tie through Kamala Harris, that will end up happening. Now, some people are saying that Kamala Harris is going to be the nominee or could be the nominee. I think that's highly unlikely because I don't think that she wants it. But it would be interesting to see how that would play out if the Democrats were able to get Kamala Harris on the Supreme Court. I think there's probably people in the Biden White House that believe a 2024 Joe Biden presidential campaign would be helped by Kamala Harris on the Supreme Court because so far she has not been much of an asset as the vice president. It would theoretically also allow Biden to go out and select a new vice presidential candidate who might help him better in the event that Biden runs, or help to set a agenda for who the next president might be. Who knows who that selection might be. But, again, news that Stephen Breyer is retiring.